something that we started to do on night tours, and it's kind of like, it just kind of carries you along, I think, as you're listening, and it's partly because we're being bloody minded about it in this day and age where it's just get this 3-minute song on a playlist, and that's how you get to spread the word about your music. And we're just being bloody minded and saying, well, no, it's not about getting on a playlist, it's more about getting someone to sit down for 3/4 of an hour and listen to what you've been doing for the last 2 years or something. So, all these segues and the stitching together of these songs is kind of partly to pull the listener through the record and kind of like to stop you from going, right, I've had enough of that, I'll go and listen to the first 4 tracks of another record now. It's just a kind of way to keep people hooked. I don't know if it works, but you know, it's just a kind of
oral lube.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I think writing the book definitely affected sort of my approach to the lyrics on this record. Not so much in this song, I don't think. What I wanted to do with this one, the second, I quite like this thing of verses not repeating melodically. It happens on As One as well. The first verse is a different melody to the second verse, and it happens on Cold Hands. I quite like that idea, that you're sort of almost like you're sort of the chorus is sort of pinning it down, and the verses are sort of like going a little bit off. And so I just wanted to, I really like the second verse on this song. It's kind of the way it's kind of slightly sort of scattered rhythmically, the vocal, and it's a little bit more kind of passionate. Just takes it up a level, sort of thing. Yeah.
Guitars do something different as well, don't
they? They do, yeah. That's deliberately to go with that. Yeah. The second verse I felt was more of a kind of rant. You were singing the first verse, but you were ranting the second verse.
Exactly.
And we had done. There were other songs that we wrote in Bin that were pretty much all a rant. I remember, but you sort of that was something you wanted to get onto. Shouting angrily about something over the song. And that was something that I think you wanted to get on the record, and it works really well on Cold Hands.
Yeah. And there's a really good bit of backing vocal that Neil suggested, which is his idea actually in the choruses. We sort of there's a bit of a chant sort of behind the lead vocal, which I really like. Which when he first suggested it, it was like I couldn't really understand how it would work, and then he sort of did a little demo of it, and it really worked well. So
it's slightly kind of football crowdy, isn't it?
Yeah,
amidst
really
this kind of, yeah.